My first price target for the native cryptocurrency of Stacks called STX in 2025 is STX at the price of $30. And why do I believe that this could hypothetically happen, even though this is not financial advice nor a guarantee? I think it's going to come down to the fact that Stacks, it's amazing. After all, they claim to be Bitcoin's leading layer 2. Now, when I say the term layer 2, some people, they may be wondering, okay, what's this all about? Now, when it comes to Stacks, what it does is that it allows builders to leverage Bitcoin and allows builders also to potentially create new use cases for Bitcoin. So yeah, it's that amazing. Now, what do I mean by leveraging Bitcoin? As we all know, Bitcoin, it's known for its security. And of course, it's very widespread, a lot of adoption. So if builders can leverage, again, right, the amazing qualities of Bitcoin and at the same time potentially create new use cases for Bitcoin, that's fantastic if you ask me. So when it comes to Stacks, I do believe that it plays a very vital role in my opinion. And when it comes to Bitcoin, it's not showing any signs of stopping anytime soon. I mean, maximum supply is 21 million, as we all know. And here's the thing. People often say that Bitcoin is very rare, but I think in reality, it's actually even more rare than what some people may think, because if you take a look at some horror stories, right, some crazy stories of, people who held Bitcoin, 10 years ago, whatever the case may be. And then now they realize, wow, Bitcoin's worth a lot, but then they forgot their password because back then they probably didn't really care or they didn't know how much it was going to be worth. There's many stories like that where people are holding, millions upon millions of dollars. So when you think about it, yeah, sure, Bitcoin maximum supply is 21 million. But in reality, what's really out there, it could be a lot less than what some people may think. Because again, right, some people, they have lost a lot of their Bitcoin. And of course, not purposely, but, not on purpose, if you catch my drift. So Bitcoin is very rare, widespread adoption, and Stacks, I do believe that it serves such amazing purpose. As Bitcoin does continue to grow moving forward, I think so will, naturally, of course, the leading layer 2, aka Stacks. And as of right now, we're seeing Bitcoin ETFs, a lot of institutional adoption, a lot of enterprise investors. So when it comes to Bitcoin, really, I think that the sky's the limit. I think what we're seeing right now is just a small taste of what's to come in the future. So STX at the price of $30, I don't see why not. Now, I do want to take a look at the next price target for STX, and that is STX at the price of $40. Now, when it comes to $40 for STX, some people, they may think it's unrealistic, but here's the thing. If it were to go to that price target, considering its current circulating supply, at that point, market cap would be around $58 billion, which really isn't all that much to ask for. I mean, that's around $30 billion less than Dogecoin's all-time high market cap. And of course, that's back in 2021. And is this really too much to ask for, right? Especially when we consider just how amazing Stacks is. Again, it's a leading Bitcoin layer 2. And I'm not saying it's going to go to a $500 billion market cap, $700 billion. I'm not saying that, right? Not even $100 billion. Again, just around $58 billion in market cap. I don't see why not. It's not that crazy, in my opinion, for something this special. Hypothetically speaking, of course. And now, I do want to take a look at my final price target, aka the final boss, hashtag the rock, for STX, and that is STX at the price of $50, which I'm standing by the way, as my most bullish case price target, because I do believe that if all the cards are right during this bull run, STX could hypothetically reach this. And what do I mean by that? As of right now, there's nearly 600 million crypto owners, according to Crypto.com research, which is insane because if you take a look back, right, in 2021, that bull run that year, it was ridiculous. And of course, in a good way, right? And at that time, though, there was roughly only around 300 million crypto owners. So now we have nearly double that amount. So if the 2021 bull run, right, with that many less crypto owners, with that many less institutional investors, with not that much enterprise adoption at that time, when you compare it to right now, when all of those three aspects that I just mentioned before, they're way higher. I mean, just imagine what's going to happen during the peak of this bull run. The FOMO, buying pressure, buying volume, it's going to be through the roof. And I do believe that when I take that into consideration, and when I consider as well just how special Stacks is, why is STX in a most bullish case scenario, why won't it reach the price of $50? At least that's the way I view it. Now, as to how soon this will all happen, there is historically a time range, because if we take a look at it, right, usually altcoins, they do reach their peak anywhere between a year and a half or either half a year after a Bitcoin halving event. Now, the Bitcoin halving event, for those who do know, did happen back in April, last month, of course. So 6 months, half a year from April, that would be October of this year, which would be amazing. But worst case scenario is historically 18 months in most cases. Now, that would, of course, be a year and a half, and that is October of 2025. Now, I'm not going to take a look at the best case scenario. I'm not going to take a look at the worst case scenario. Let's take a middle ground approach. If, let's say, we don't consider 6 or 18 months, we take a look at 12 months, even then, right, that's potentially April of 2025 for something like STX that potentially showcase what it's capable of. So when it comes to STX, I think patience is key. Yeah, sure, a lot of people, they're impatient, but I think the best days are still ahead. And now, what is my buying strategy? That is, of course, dollar cost averaging. But a lot of people, they like to say, wow, dude, you keep saying dollar cost averaging, DCAing, right? That's so boring. Yeah, I get it. It's a boring strategy, but that way, I'm not taking a lot of risk. A lot of people, they want to look fancy. They want fast gains. They do day trading using leverage. Now, some people, they have claimed that it works for them, and that's great if it does. But personally speaking, every single friend that I know that did that, they got absolutely wrecked. So why would I do that, right? What I do is I just acquire, I hold, and I just wait for the peak of the bull run. That's it. If I'm day trading and I get stop loss, I get liquidated, that could be a very bad disaster, right? But if I just dollar cost average, I acquire, I hold, if my portfolio is down, then okay, I'll just keep dollar cost averaging even more because I didn't go all in, I didn't get liquidated, and there's always a possibility, right, that things do pump up again and I recoup my losses. So it's a lot safer personally for me. And of course, not financial advice, but that's just the way I view it. I'm dollar cost averaging into STX. I believe in its future, and $50 as a most bullish case price target scenario during the peak of this bull run, I could very well see it happening for something this amazing. And make sure to subscribe if you gained value from this video. I'd greatly appreciate it. And also on top of that, make sure to check out this very fantastic video. I think you all would really love it. It's Billy the Captain. I'll catch y'all on the next one. I'm out. Peace. Bye.